Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching American Psycho by Harron, starring Christian Bale. I don't believe I've heard of or seen any films made by this director before, but I've definitely heard of this movie. American Psycho is a cult film that's starting to be considered a classic nowadays, although I don't think it was particularly well received when it came out. I think I've seen it running on TV over the years, and I have seen a lot of memes from this film too. I'm a little familiar with some of the plot points. I know Bale plays an executive of sorts that goes on a murder spree, I think. I've seen clips of the Genesis scene with him and the axe. I think he was wearing a raincoat too. And also a meme about returning some videotapes, although I lack context for that. And if I recall correctly, Jared Leto also in the film. I'm expecting either a horror comedy or a black comedy based on what I know so far. That's about it. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reviews and reactions to this movie and over 160 movies, TV shows, early access, and weekly posts for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. American Psycho, Harron, Bale. Let's go. I like how the music is timed with the blood drops. American Psycho. Matt Ross. I think I know that name as well.
With goat cheese profiterole.
Reese Witherspoon?
Well, who is it then? It's Paul Allen.
Paul Allen. Wasn't Paul Allen a Microsoft executive?
Only $570.
Only $570, not much. Judging by the cars and the music and the hairdos and the suits, I think this film is set in the 80s, and I love this song.
You're a fucking ugly bitch.
Whoa, whoa.
I want to stab you to death, then play around with your blood.
Huh. Did he actually say that? Or was he thinking it? And now we shift to more classical music again.
My name is Patrick Bateman.
Patrick Bateman.
In the morning, if my face is a little puffy, I'll put on an ice pack while doing my stomach crunches.
Looks like Bale got in shape for the film. He's known for his dedication to his craft.
But there is no real me.
Oh.
Only an entity. Something illusory.
Great visual storytelling. As he says, there is no real me. He takes off a mask. I already love the soundtrack. It's amazing. I recognize two songs.
Aerobics class, sorry. Any messages?
Oh, Chloe Sevigny plays his assistant.
Oh, wait. And I need reservations for 2 at Arcadia at 8 o'clock on Thursday.
You look nice today.
Don't wear that outfit again.
Huh?
What? I didn't hear you.
Wear a dress, a skirt, or something.
You don't like this, I take it.
You're prettier than that.
Thanks, Patrick.
What a backhanded compliment. It gives us an insight into his character.
And lots of chocolate truffles.
Reese Witherspoon.
Do what?
Get married, have a wedding.
No, I can't take the time off work.
I hate that job anyway. See why you just don't quit.
Because I want to fit in.
Interesting.
Courtney is almost perfect looking. She's usually operating on 1 or more psychiatric drugs. Tonight, I believe it's...
Dude, that's Gavin Belson. But the way he's being framed in almost every shot makes me think that he's a psychopath, almost. Or a sociopath, at the least.
Hello?
Hello.
Bleachy? Are you trying to say bleachy? Oh my god. 2 things.
Hi, Patrick. I thought that was you.
Hello. This is...
Isn't it ridiculous coming all the way up here? But they really are the best.
Then why can't they get these stains out?
Oh, what are those?
Oh, well,
Is that
it's
blood?
Cranberry juice, cran-apple.
Really?
Next Saturday?
Sure.
Can't, I'm afraid. That matinee of Les Mis. Listen, I've really got to go. Oh, Christ.
Les Mis. We saw the poster of Les Mis in his bathroom. Small details.
Pumpkin?
Dude, is he watching porn casually in the background?
Dinner.
I can't.
I'm thinking Dorsia.
Oh man, I can't put my finger on anything on this film so far. It's so all over the place, especially Bateman's character.
I know it's a little late, but is it possible to reserve a table for 2 at 8 or 8:30, perhaps?
Oh man, they're laughing at him. That should hurt his ego.
Facial at Elizabeth Harden, which was really relaxed, children.
Dude, she's way too drunk even before the date.
Are we here?
Yeah.
But this isn't that restaurant, Dorsha. She's too drunk to notice.
You're gonna have the peanut butter soup with smoked duck and mashed squash.
Dorcia, how impressive. How on earth did you get a reservation there?
Lucky, I guess.
You look so soft.
Your compliment was sufficient, Louis.
How the hell are you?
Alan has mistaken me for this dickhead Marcus Halberstram. Marcus and I even go to the same barber, although I have a slightly better haircut.
Call me. I got an 8:30 res at Dorcia.
Oh?
Great. Sea urchin ceviche.
Doors on Friday night. How do you swing that?
They're all secretly jealous.
New card. What do you think?
Dude, it just looks like a regular card to me.
Look at this.
Oh, they're comparing business cards and the paper. And he's jealous.
Jesus. White.
Impressive. Very nice.
You can see the expression change in his face.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness.
The tasteful thickness.
It even has a watermark.
He's shaking.
Something wrong? Patrick? You're sweating.
That was a weird scene, but it was excellent. I don't know where this film is going, but I'm in it. I'm in it for the ride.
You want some money? Some food? I'll help you.
Kind man.
It's okay.
I can tell. Please.
He doesn't like being touched.
I don't have anything in common with you.
You look around to make sure the coast is clear. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why? Was he dreaming that?
I have all the characteristics of a human being. Flesh, blood, skin, hair. But not a single clear, identifiable emotion.
He is a psychopath. No emotion.
What is it?
It's a little baby piggy wiggy, isn't it? It's the Vietnamese potbelly pig.
He's disgusted.
We should have dinner.
Well, then let's do it, Marcus.
Patrick, why is he calling you Marcus?
Oh, right. He called him Marcus.
We should have gone to Dorcia. I could have gotten us a table.
Nobody goes there anymore.
Just based on his look, he's already planning to kill Paul Allen.
I've got a tanning bed at home. You should look into it.
Another insult that he doesn't have a tanning bed.
The whole album has a clear, crisp sound.
Dude, I think this is the famous scene. Is this the Genesis scene with the axe?
Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is. This beauty masterpiece is hip to be square. Song so catchy.
What is he doing?
Hey, Paul!
Dude!
Not getting a reservation at Dorset now, you fucking stupid bastard!
All this over a business card and a restaurant reservation? All while listening to music and dancing? What do you even say to this? I was just smoking a cigar as he's casually dragging out a dead body from his apartment building where there's blood. And now there is no blood in the background.
Where did you get that overnight bag?
Is it me, or is this dude secretly gay?
When I get to Paul Allen's place, I use the keys I took from his pocket before disposing of the body. And it's obviously more expensive than mine.
That's what he notices after murdering the man?
Hi, this is Paul. Been called away to London for a few days. Meredith, I'll call you when I get back.
That's a poor impression. Oh, this is a classic. Is dancing with me.
Listen, John, I've got to go. T. Boone Pickens just walked in.
Willem Dafoe.
I've been hired by Meredith Powell to investigate the disappearance of Paul Allen.
Oh, he's a private detective, not the cops.
Well, I haven't heard.
Don't forget the coaster.
Your address?
American Gardens building, West 81st Street.
Nice. Very nice.
Thanks.
He's so proud when people are praising him.
Do you have any witnesses or fingerprints?
Well, there's a message on his answering machine that says he went to London.
So that did happen.
One day someone's walking around, going to work, alive, and then
Nothing.
people just disappear.
Another excellent misdirection by the director here. We've already seen him commit 2 murders on screen, of that homeless man and Paul Allen.
Want to come to my apartment or not?
Oh man, things are not going to end well for her, are they?
No. No smoking, not in here.
Phil Collins.
It was on Duke where, Phil Collins' presence became more apparent.
The last time he went on and on about music, he ended up killing Paul Allen.
In Too Deep is the most moving pop song of the 1980s, about monogamy and commitment. Christy, get down on your knees so Sabrina can see your asshole.
Whoa, what?
Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.
Don't just stare at it.
This is Susudio.
I know Susudio. If he doesn't have a big ego, I don't know who does. Like, honestly, this man is obviously crazy. He's a psychopath, a sociopath for all I know. So he doesn't kill them.
Here we go now.
We're not through yet.
Dude, she's bleeding.
I decided to get a new one too.
Oh, that's very nice, Louis.
They're jealous. It's in gold. Louis is dead. Louis is a dead man.
Draw back a stump.
Hold on there, little buddy.
Excuse me.
Oh man, don't murder him right here in the restaurant. You have poor impulse control. Dude, what is happening?
Why here? I've seen you looking at me. Don't be shy. You can't imagine how long I've wanted this ever since that Christmas party at Arizona 206. You know the one.
Oh man, he's washing his hands with his gloves on. He's disgusted. He doesn't know what to do. What am I watching? What an unexpected turn.
I've got to return some video.
I gotta return some videotapes. Oh man. Excellent job by the director.
Do you remember where you were the night of Paul's disappearance?
I guess I was probably returning videotapes.
Returning videotapes.
How about lunch in a week or so, when I've sorted out all this information?
Great.
Will you call me before Easter?
Maybe.
Cocaine.
So what do you do?
I'm into, murders and executions mostly.
Murders. Not mergers and acquisitions. Murders and executions.
You think I'm dumb, you think all models are dumb.
That's a lock of her hair. Did he kill her?
Would you like to accompany me to dinner? Listen, where should we go?
Anywhere you want.
Anywhere you want. Just say it. I can get us in anywhere.
Don't say Dorcia.
Dorcia?
Oh. I don't think he can get a reservation just like that. We've seen him try before.
Oh, we're totally booked.
Really? That's great. Why don't you meet me at my place at 7?
At 7? Oh no.
What a wonderful view.
Jean?
Dude!
Sorbet?
Was that the model? Was that her head?
Jean? Do you feel fulfilled?
Duct tape. Christian Bale's performance is insane. Dude, what is that? Is that a nail gun?
Patrick.
That's Reese Witherspoon's voice.
And we're meeting at the Cornell Club, so I'll call you tomorrow morning, honey. Oh, sorry, I know you hate that.
Do you want me to go?
Oh.
I don't think I can control myself. I think I might hurt you.
I love the double meaning. The score switched to very inquisitive music.
Where were you?
Where was Marcus?
To think that one of his friends killed him for no reason whatsoever would be too ridiculous.
Would it though, Mr. Defoe?
Christy.
I'm not so sure about this. I had to go to emergency after last time.
Oh, don't be tempted by the money. And this time he bought
You
drugs.
look really familiar. Did you go to Dalton?
This is nicer than your other apartment.
I just noticed that it's Paul Allen's apartment.
Did you know that guy who disappeared? Didn't he work at Pierce & Pierce? Was he a friend of yours?
The Whitney Houston's debut LP.
And he's talking about music again. There's blood! Dude! Whoa! Is this where he's been stashing bodies? Paul Allen's place? Oh man! Holy crap! Dude! This is crazy. This is effing crazy. What a performance by Bale! Fudge! Is this really happening? Is this real? Dude.
It's over. Evelyn, it's all over. I don't think we should see each other anymore.
You're inhuman.
No. I'm in touch with humanity.
Right, you're in touch with humanity.
I'm leaving. I've assessed the situation and I'm going.
I've assessed the situation, now I'm going.
Leaving.
But where?
I have to return some videotapes.
Feed me a stray cat? This is definitely a hallucination.
Stop that!
Yeah, it's definitely a case of an unreliable narrator, for sure. I've been saying that for like an hour now, but I'm pretty convinced. Like an ATM would never say that, right? But I don't know how much to believe.
Drop the weapon! Drop it now! Get on the ground!
This is crazy. This is bat crap insane.
Burning the midnight oil, Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith?
Hey, now don't forget to sign in.
Not Mr. Bateman or Mr. Allen? Christian Bale, he's amazing here. And he's probably hallucinating helicopters now.
You're my lawyer, so I think you should know I've killed a lot of people.
Dude is confessing.
Some homeless people, maybe 5 or 10. I killed Paul Allen with an axe in the face. I ate some of their brains.
What?
And I tried to cook a little.
What? Cannibalistic tendencies?
I mean, I guess I'm a pretty sick guy.
That's the understatement of the year. This film is ending in one of 3 ways. Either he's going to die, or he's going to a psych hospital, or it's just going to be unanswered. He's back at Paul Allen's apartment? Because the door seems recognizable. He did imagine it, didn't he? There's no dead bodies, nothing on the walls. It's all white.
Are you my 2 o'clock? You saw the ad in the Times?
Yeah. Yeah. In the Times.
There was no ad in the Times.
Oh. Does she know?
I want to know what happened here.
Don't make any trouble, please.
Phone booths.
Patrick, I can't hear you.
What am I doing?
Sometimes I forget Christian Bale isn't American, but his American accent is so good. Was that a girl with a shotgun in her mouth, or was it a knife of sorts?
Did you get my message?
Oh, that's a lawyer.
Jesus, yes, that was hilarious.
He doesn't believe him!
Is that Edward Towers?
He doesn't believe him at all, because it sounds so crazy and outrageous.
Your joke was amusing, but
Stop. I did it, Card. I'm not Davis. I'm Patrick Bateman. Don't you recognize me?
Is his name really Patrick Bateman?
I killed Paul Allen. Why isn't it possible?
It's because I had dinner with Paul Allen twice in London.
Whoa! So Paul Allen was in London? He was imagining the whole thing? He was imagining it, wasn't he? Oh, and he drew his sick fantasies. Dude, a couple of these images are pretty sick.
But inside doesn't matter.
Huh.
All I have in common with the uncontrollable and the insane, the vicious and the evil. But even after admitting this, there is no catharsis. My punishment continues to elude me, and I gain no deeper knowledge of myself. This confession has meant nothing.
This confession has meant nothing. And the film ends here! That was so confusing. I am so confused. But I really, really, really enjoyed that film, guys. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, 3 words. That was crazy. In every sense of the word. I have no idea what I just witnessed. I don't know what to believe, and excuse my language, that was batshit insane. What was real? What was inside his mind? The director, Mary Harron, intentionally left that ambiguous. Or did she? Were there clues I didn't catch? This is a movie I'll be rewatching multiple times because I don't think I've ever seen anything like that on screen before. Apart from the top tier performance by Christian Bale, I'd consider the other strengths of the film to be its writing, especially the satire and social commentary on Wall Street and Wall Street execs and their excesses during that time, the direction, the attention to detail, and the music. The main weakness I can think of from the top of my head is actually a double-edged sword. It's a lack of a cohesive narrative. On one hand, I wish the director would have made any distinction between fact and fiction. For example, in The Matrix is a little green tinted and the real world is not. Any distinction would have helped. But on the other hand, I think leaving it ambiguous it threw me off, and it made me think about the finer details in the film, which I think is a good thing. Anyways, let's start with the directing by Mary Harron and the script by her and Genevieve Turner. Even though the film was very confusing to understand, the basic story was pretty straightforward. Christian Bale's Patrick Bateman is introduced to us as a superficial, materialistic, jealous, image-obsessed banker working in New York. We basically see his psychopathic tendencies and his eventual spiral into utter madness, craziness. We see him commit so many murders. He could easily be classified as a serial killer. That in itself is not that interesting because we've seen serial killer films before. What really grabbed my attention was the fact that it was being presented from the point of view of an unreliable narrator. He was shown to be swearing at people without them even noticing. He was in a relationship, but we never saw him get intimate with the fiance, but we saw him hook up with prostitutes, saying crazy things. He was saying crazy things and even admitting to multiple murders to his lawyer by the end. Take Paul Allen, for example. We clearly see him talk about music as he casually kills him with an axe. What was that? But later we hear Allen is still alive. That raises the question about all the other murders and their bodies, which I think he stashed in Allen's place. What about the 2 prostitutes, Christy and Sabrina? Were they killed too? By the way, that scene with the prostitutes was brilliant. How he was admiring himself in the mirror. That's a sign of pure narcissism. He's a very complex character with a lot of different conditions. He was a narcissist. He was clearly a psychopath, a sociopath, image-obsessed dude. I love the attention to detail the director brought to the table, like how jealous of the business cards Bateman was, how obsessed he was with getting reservation at exclusive restaurants, the fact that he didn't like to get touched in any way, and how he was projecting that he wanted to make the world a better place in dinner conversation, and simultaneously killing a homeless man and calling him a bum. These really stood out to me and was a testament to the excellent writing in the movie. One of my favorite scenes in the entire film was the "I have to return some videotape" scene. I finally have context for that. The scene in the bathroom where he goes to kill Lois for having a better car than him. Dude, I can't get over Bale's performance in that scene. How his face showed pure disgust when he realized that Lois was coming onto him. And how he tried to wash his hands with his gloves still on. I did not see it play out like that at all in my head. It was perfection. I haven't laughed like that in a long time. Christian Bale's performance as Patrick Bateman should have won an Oscar, at least got nominated for an Oscar, in my opinion. The attention to detail was second to none. This might be my favorite performance from him so far, and I've watched a lot of his work. Everything from his physical acting to his expressions were varied, and especially that dance he did while killing Paul Allen, that's still clearly in my head. It was insane. The manic look he had while committing the murders with a huge smile on his face, that'll stay with me for quite a while. I'm about 99% sure that the writer and director did not want to give the audience a real answer, what was real and what was not. I think they intentionally left it open to interpretation, left it for us to decide. Please let me know if I'm right in the comments, or is there a definitive answer? It's going to bug me. It's going to bug me, at least till I inevitably rewatch the film. Excellent direction and writing. The cinematography of the movie was pretty good. More than the shot compositions, I love the actual visual storytelling here. The shots of the materialistic stuff like the watch, the cards, the music CDs, his gadgets, his murder weapons, and I'm sure a lot of other things I missed out on my first viewing, they were great. The fact that they were given importance over other people goes to show how vital they were to Bateman's character, for lack of a better word. The editing was great too. I don't think this film was meant to have a cohesive narrative the more I think about it. I have to admit that it was a little hard to follow at times because we kept shifting. There were gaps in the story. Like after Paul Allen was killed, what happened to his body? We don't know. We get a throwaway line that he's in a bathtub somewhere. But again, I think it was by design. I would say that they did a pretty good job leaving it ambiguous. And as far as the editing is concerned, I think the runtime itself was pretty good too. The score and the soundtrack of the film was a particular highlight for me. I liked the score as it alternated between 80s disco and classical music, showing the two different worlds that Bateman inhabits in the film. It really contrasted well with his crazy mind and mental state. What's surprising is that I like the soundtrack of the movie even more than the score. That almost never happens. I recognized a lot of classics, and I'm a huge fan of these songs, mostly because of my dad, so thanks, Dad. I never thought I'd see a murder committed to Phil Collins's studio. How crazy is that? Excellent work in the sound department. Like I mentioned before, my main criticism was the lack of a coherent narrative, and the more I think about it, the more I think that it's probably not a valid criticism since it was by design, and this is the reason, actually thinking about rewatching the movie to see if I missed any clues left by the director. Overall, American Psycho was utter madness. I was in awe by the sheer crazy that was on display. Mary Harron was fantastic in the director's seat, and I'll have to look up her other films for sure. Christian Bale was a pure joy to watch. I don't think I've seen crazy portrayed on screen quite like that before. This was in my opinion, a career-defining performance from him. The music was on point, and I love the fact that the ending was kept open to interpretation. What do you think, guys? Did he do it, or was it all in his mind? Please leave it in the comments below. I highly, highly recommend this film. From my initial viewing, I think this might have been one of the best films I've seen this year. Thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video. Feel free to dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.